Wow. Shoot. Morning, gamers. It's me, L2059. Now, I have no idea how this is going to sound because I have a lot to talk about today. Main thing is, I have moved from my previous dorm to a new one. Also, if you're wondering what we're doing today, nothing special. Just kind of preparing for the next build. I think what I want to do is... I kind of want to get the materials, so... Anyway, what am I building, you may be asking? And to that, I say, okay, I could have sworn that shears is supposed to make these stop growing when you mine them. I have no idea how they work, so I guess not, apparently. It's fine, though. Anyway, what are we building this time? We're gonna start working on Market Street. Because I don't have enough for... I don't have anything for this. I don't have the resources. I need pale wood. Wait, no. I need pale wood for this one. I haven't even started on the design of this one. I know what I want, though. I don't have the resources for that. This is pretty much finished. And then this, I need to build the area first, actually. Which requires me to build a different build. Which is not on the board yet. Which I'll probably put it right here. But today we're gonna build Market Street. Now, what does Market Street mean? What kind of funny little reference? What kind of funny little reference did Vil259 do this time? It's Philadelphia. 4628 Market Street. I think that was the name of the road. Farragut Street. I don't know. It's the little intersection. Market Station. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now you may be wondering, why? And to that I answer, I don't know. I just wanted to do it. And I'm thinking I'll probably put it over here somewhere. I don't know, something about this place kind of screams I should do it right here. But this area seems pretty big. It's kind of flat. I can still flatten it out if I need to. And this is a relatively big build, so it's gonna require a lot of resources. It's probably gonna be on the same scale of the cherry base. Can you get out of here? Yeah, it'll probably be on the same scale as the cherry base. Maybe a little bit bigger, because this actually requires a lot of blocks that I don't usually use. For example, lots of mud. Oh, I just dropped that. Oh, that's not fun. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of mud. Very, very fun. Yeah, mud, blue terracotta. Thinking of maybe glazed terracotta and then deep slate. I don't actually use that much deep slate in my builds. As you can see, they're all very vibrant, but I'm gonna use deep slate for the roads. Like, not even really cobbled deep slate, probably just like the normal one, just like the straight up the normal deep slate. Which I don't think I've ever used in a build, but it's gonna look cool, I promise. Anyway, I'm not even done building it. I still gotta finish it. I'm just gonna gather the resources, because I finished the station. I just haven't finished like the building station, not the actual train station. I just haven't finished like the train station and the things around it. It's just gonna be like a little chunk of it though. I'm not building the entire street. That'd be insane. Because I still want area for other stuff, god dang it. Anyway, I have some stories to tell. Let's tell this one. This one's pretty fresh in my brain. This happened a few days ago. Okay, so I was at work. If you're wondering, I work at a concession stand at my university, and I was just working. And then this Milf and her like kid. Can I say Milf? Am I allowed to say Milf on YouTube? I don't care. This Milf and her kid on YouTube. Oh, her kid on YouTube. What? This Milf, she was like watching her child, and her child was like crazy and like hyper and stuff. Cool kid. This kid was cool. He's a goober. But anyway, like yeah, they were just like he's like rolling on the floor, and I was just like, what the hell? I was minding my own business, and then they came over and they're like, hi, what's your name? And I'm like, oh hi, I'm Vil259. And like, oh hi Vil259. I didn't say Vil259 by the way. I don't want to leak my real name. even though it's probably out in one of the videos on accident. But like, who cares? Anyway, I say hi. We talk a little bit, and like we're all chill, and then they like walk somewhere else, and then like they come back, and like this kid's shirtless. So I'm like, what in the world is happening with this kid? And this kid's like, I want to go inside, and she's like, okay, like, and then they just like let themselves inside, and I'm just like, huh, ma'am, I don't think you can do that. But like I didn't tell them that because like I know them and I'd feel bad for like kicking them out. But like I know it'd probably be better to just kick them out. But like I was working with a coworker as well, and like we just had no idea what to do because like we were not trained for this. Because I don't think they've ever planned for this to really happen. But the obvious thing would have been just to kick them out, but we just didn't. We just continued with our job because like I'm not paid good enough for this. I'm just gonna let them do whatever the hell they want. I'll kick them out later because I'm busy. I'm helping other customers. I don't have time for this. I don't get paid enough for this. And then like my supervisor comes and she's like, "Ma'am, you can't be in here. What the?" And she's just looking at us like, "What in the world is happening?" And we're just like, "I don't know." She literally just like walked in. Like she didn't even ask if she could. She just came inside because she was like, her child was like, "Can I go inside? I want to go inside." Anyway, yeah, so she kicks them out and it's fine. And then like the supervisor's like, "You cannot let just random people into the stand. Otherwise you're going to get fired. You're lucky that I was the one who saw that." And we were like, "Oh, welp. I'm going to kill this horse. Get away from me." Anyway, yeah. And then the kid and the Milf come back, and they're just like, "Okay, this time they don't go in the stand this time. I'm gonna." Anyway, the kid and the Milf, they come back, and this time, well, they don't go inside, thankfully. Like I don't want to deal with that, bro. And the kid's just like, I want to drink, and the mom's like, "We have no money right now." And so I was like drinking stuff because I took a drink from the stand because well, I can, and I'm just like, "You want a sip?" And she's like, "Yeah, you want to try, little boy?" So like he had a sip, and then he's like, "Yummers," and then he drank my entire drink, and I'm like, "Oh, okay then." And then like when I'm closing up the shop, they're there again, and the kid's just like throwing a tantrum, and I'm just like, "Yep, that's cool." Also, I know this guy's name. I know the boy's name. So I was just like, "Bye, little boy," and then we just said bye. And yeah, that's the story. It was weird. That was a weird shift. There's a lot of weird things that happened that shift. Not even just that. There's something else. It was like I don't even think I can talk about that one. But yeah, there's just a lot of weird stuff happened during that shift. It was weird. But also that happened that was on Friday. Today's what is it? Today's Monday. I just moved into my new dorm. And can I just say something? This week I was so busy cuz like it's non-stop working and I was losing my mind a little bit. I worked for almost like all the entire weekend, or no, not even like almost the entire week. I had like maybe 2 days of no work, which is unusual for me because like usually my job is only I usually only get like 2 shifts because it's concessions. It's only for events. But all my other coworkers left, so I have all the jobs. Anyway, yeah, that's concession work. It's pretty cool. I think it's better than retail probably, just because I hear retail you get a lot of weird customers, but all the customers in concessions, especially like I guess like school concession, are like way nicer. So like, you know what? Not the worst job. Could be worse. Anyway, speaking of school, we just finished like the school semester, so like last week, and I thankfully passed my math class. That was like the one class I was so scared of, because like I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do any of the math. I was failing the tests. Well, I wasn't really failing the tests. I just wasn't doing great, and it was just dropping my grade. Excuse me. And like this professor, he sucks. Like if you go and rate my professor and look up this guy's name, it's like a 1.5. Like, oh my goodness gracious, I should have taken that as a bad sign, and it was a bad sign. This guy sucks at teaching. Like, as well, like not only does he suck at teaching, his grading, the way he grades stuff sucks as well. Because like tests are like pretty much your entire grade. Assignments pretty much only exist to like worsen your grade, and it's like so annoying. But like, yeah, so I was like struggling. I was like, so I had to make sure I passed. I did all of my assignments and like didn't completely fail my test. And what do you know? I did it. You know, doing all the assignments and getting 100% on them helped, because I completely I did not do good on that test. That test sucked, dude. I hated that test. I thought I did good as well, but I only got like 20 out of 50 points, like 21 out of 50 points. Like, oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm done with that math. Now I have to do, what is it, Calculus 2? Yippee! I'm going to do that in the summer just to try and get it over. And if I fail, I still have fall and spring. Haha. But, yeah, that's math. Everything else was completely fine. It was really just math. Math kind of, like, killed my vibe during spring. I feel like I had way more fun in fall than I did in spring. Like, fall was fun. Spring just sucked. Sucked completely. I forgot all of the stuff I needed for the next block I was gonna use. Anyway, yeah, fall just completely trash. I hated it. Or no, not fall. Spring trash. Fall was good. I liked fall. I don't know. I think it's mostly because like I had more energy in fall, and then like I ran out by spring. It's like I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I just want to take a little nappy nap. I want to take a nap. Where are my glass bottles? There we go. I don't know when I'm gonna end the episode. I feel like I can end it anytime, since this is just like a prep episode and I just wanted to talk about stuff. Also, I mentioned this in a previous episode, a previous video, not even an episode. I don't know which episode or video. I think it was the okay, so I just checked. Yeah, the last episode was a Veil Venture. So no, I did mention this before, but yeah, I haven't been doing the snapshots recently. Mostly because there hasn't been anything. But today they teased something. So there's probably gonna be a snapshot tomorrow, which means I'm actually like with actual stuff I'll cover. Plus, so I'm gonna cover it, plus the anything notable in the previous snapshots, like the recipe change and the bartering change. I'll probably include those, because those are pretty significant if you want to know anything about the happy gas. Maybe some of the leash changes. I'm pretty sure there were some leash changes as well. I just don't remember what they were. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. And from what I've seen from the teaser, it's like it's a horse teaser. And I remember, recently on Twitter I saw like there was like a little leak again going on about like horses. Something about horses, like they're gonna be changed. Like they're gonna be able to swim and stuff. And I'm thinking that might be a real leak, which would be cool, because from what I remember, it was a pretty cool sounding leak. Well, we'll see. If anything, it's definitely got something to do with horses. I just don't know what it is. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow, so I hope you're looking forward for my video tomorrow. I just realized I have dirt in my inventory. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, hope you're looking forward to the video tomorrow. Haha. Oh, you know what? I gotta talk about my new room. Dude, I gotta glaze this room a little bit. Compared to my last room, oh my goodness, this is such an improvement. It actually pisses me off a little bit. Cause let me talk about my old room a little bit. My old room, that place sucked. Like genuinely, what consisted of my old room was my bed, my closet, and my desk. It's still kind of the same thing here, but there's a little bit there's a few major differences that I would like to talk about. First things first, let me explain a little bit more about my previous room. Now, my previous room was a shared room. So there were multiple bedrooms, and mine was just one of the many. And our shared room actually only really came with a bathroom, 2 bathrooms. So like when you think about that, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, of course, that's pretty obvious. Well, now there was no kitchen, and you would think there'd probably be like a kitchen in like maybe the common area, since it's like a shared room experience. And yeah, there was a kitchen, but the kitchen was a sink and a microwave. And then you gotta think, huh, well, how are you supposed to cook any food with just a microwave and a kitchen and a sink? And yeah, you can't. And how are you supposed to store food with no fridge? You can't. You gotta get your own fridge, which I'm not gonna buy my own fridge, bro. If anything, I'll get like a mini fridge, but like it is not worth my time to buy like a fridge. Anyway, so yeah, that was my old dorm. Kinda beautiful if you ask me. Very, very cool. Now let's talk about my new dorm. Immediately, there's a working water fountain in the lobby, which is an amazing sign, because our lobby water fountain didn't work at all, so that was fun. Next, I'm living in another shared bedroom. There is another guy in here. He's pretty cool. He's pretty chill so far. But my shared bedroom comes with 2 bathrooms, a storage room, a living room, and a kitchen. And to that, I just gotta say, what is wrong? What was wrong with my previous? Now, okay, a little context. I didn't pick that area, living area specifically. I just got the short end of the stick because I had to choose last, and that was like the only thing open was that specific dorm. So I was like, okay, but but like now that I'm in the new one, I'm just like, what the hell was what was my first room? Cause like that place sucked. Or I guess it would be my second one. My first one would be is actually more similar to the one I'm currently in right now, except it's on a much larger scale, because like it was one of the more newer dorms, which had like 20 bedrooms and like a huge living area with a kitchen and stuff. Yeah, that place was just huge. So like the only reason I was like complaining too much like beforehand, after I got the worst room during the spring and fall semester, was because like I was aware that this was like a older dorm, so I was like, oh, okay, so I guess the older dorms kind of just looked like this and were just kind of like this, but this is also an older dorm, and it has a couch, a freaking storage room, like a storage room for me, for just the 3 people who live here. Are you serious? I'm like, I'm bewildered, because like, what? Then what's with my old one? What? It just pisses me off. It's like, what the heck? What were they doing, bro? What? I feel bad for anyone who lives in there, including me. I feel bad for myself because I'm a good person. Haha. Haha. Anyway, yeah, so this new dorm is actually so much better than my previous one, and that it actually pisses me off how bad the previous one is, because like these are the same rates as the previous ones, so I pretty much got scammed. Like, okay, sure, yeah, screw you, whatever, bro. But yeah, that's my current college dorm experience. I got 2 good ones and like a really bad one. It was really bad. Speaking of summer, actually, my plans for summer is to take classes that I kind of just don't want to take during fall and spring, because summer's generally shorter, and I don't know, I feel like it'll just be easier for me in the long run. So I'm taking like a hard class, like Calculus 2 right now, and if I don't pass it, I can always take it in fall and spring. But so far I haven't really failed any of my classes. I just gotta work extra hard for Calculus 2 because I did not do good at Calculus 1, which is a bad omen. But so far, I'm gonna take, I think, Calculus 2, a writing class, a business class, and then there's something else, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, you might be thinking, wow, Vil259, that's a lot of classes for summer. And yeah, it is. I didn't realize that it actually was a lot of classes. Yippee! Lucky me. I get to take all these classes. I didn't realize just how many. I didn't realize that was actually a lot of classes. I thought it was okay amount of classes. I didn't realize that was actually quite a bit until I really like looked. Oh my goodness, that is not enough. God, I am very tired. I'm gonna be honest, I'm super tired. I'm moving here was the most exhausting thing I did in the past maybe 4 weeks. Cause like I had to move from one point of the campus to like the other, and it was bad because like I picked like the closest thing to my previous dorm, which I didn't realize at the time, but is at the very top of campus. So I went from the very top right of campus to just the very top of campus, which means it was actually uphill, and let's just say that sucked. I did not like any of that. I hated all of it, and I hope to never do it again. Anyway, although I think the dorm was worth it. I think it was worth the climb. It was a good exercise too. But I'm also very tired now. And low-key, I'm just trying to make this video because I haven't made a video in a while. And I just want to make a video. I've always wanted to make a video, but I've never gotten to it. But I'm still very tired. So, honestly, I think I'll make... Honestly, would it be alright to just end the video here? You know what? Let's make one more stack of mud before I end the video, because I still have a few more things I want to talk about. Anyway, recently I've been watching like cartoons with my friend. It's mostly stuff I didn't watch as a kid, or stuff I did watch as a kid but never really finished. Currently we're watching My Little Pony. If you don't know what My Little Pony is, it's a show for little girls where there's like magical little ponies, and they're like, "Hello, My Little Pony," and then she's like, "She said it." But no, actually, it's not a bad show. I used to watch it with my little sister. I enjoyed it, but I never finished it because I'm a boy and I don't watch girl shows. But yeah, I just never really finished it because I only really watched it whenever my sister wanted to watch it, and then she stopped liking the show, or she stopped watching the show, I guess. It's super loud. Hold on. Anyway, I only watched it whenever she watched it, and then she stopped watching the show, so I also stopped watching it. I kind of watched... I didn't even watch it in, like, order. We just watched whatever episode. And sometimes we would just watch random seasons. we watched like a good chunk of the Equestria Girl movies. By the way, we're watching all of My Little Pony, not just the show. We're watching the movies. We're watching the spin-off shows. We're gonna watch all of it, and then we're gonna move on to Ninjago, cause we gotta jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin after watching Friendship is Magic. I don't think we're gonna watch the other generations, by the way. Just the Friendship is Magic generation, whatever generation that is. I recently learned that there's actually different generations of My Little Pony, and I'm pretty sure this is the 5th one, the one we're watching right now. It's very cool. Very, very cool. I didn't know there's so much pony lore. Like, did you know that there's Arabic yaks in My Little Pony? I didn't know that. We like to laugh at the most random stuff, because, like, we like, well, for one thing, we once, like, discussed, like, what era does My Little Pony take place? Because they're, like, using trains, and there's, like, Manhattan looks kind of old. So we're, like, it's probably, like, the mid-60s, mid-40s, some point in that era. And they're, like, country bumpkins and stuff. Overall, though, we're just here to enjoy the show. I watched, although lately I've been getting a little tired of it, so I've just been watching on my own, and like my friend's getting pissed off. He's like, you're not supposed to watch without me, and I'm like, bro, it's My Little Pony. There's like maybe 4 important episodes worth of content per season. I don't think you missed much, but then other than that, yeah, it was a cool show. Anyway, I think we're gonna end the episode here. I'm very tired. It took me almost an hour to move all my stuff in, and then another hour to set my stuff up. So I just want to take a nap. So I'm gonna read the tip of the day. I'll be right back. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, Veiled Brian. Whoa. All right. Episode 54's tip of the day is: use a dispenser to automate hard-to-do tasks such as shearing sheep or making mud blocks. Yippee. Okay, so why would I say this? Now, let's be honest. Watching me make all those mud blocks was probably boring as hell. And the most interesting part of the entire video was probably my random stupid stories. But there's a way to automate it with a dispenser. You can use a dispenser to dispense your water bottle and make a mud block. And I think that's very cool. But also, dispensers are just very helpful to automate things you really don't want to do, like shearing sheep. I find shearing sheep annoying just because you have to wait for them to grow their wool back. So automating it is way easier. And one of the few things I like to automate, because like there are certain resources I automate, like iron and sheep, just because, or like wool, just because I need so much of it, but I just don't really want to put my time into doing it, so I use those to automate. While something like gold or lapis, while I do need a lot of it, I don't mind going out to mine for it, because I feel like mining is just more fun. But like mining for iron, when you constantly need iron, is not great. So I think iron farm is pretty good. Plus it let me make this cool build. Iron Giant. Haha. Anyway, yeah, that'll be it for today's episode. It was very kind of just a catch-up episode, if anything. We're gonna start building Philadelphia probably next episode when I have the resources, which will probably not be for a while. So the next episode will probably take a little bit, but I promise you it will be, by the time we're finished building it, will be pretty cool looking. But yeah, that'll be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. And without further ado, this is Veil2059 signing out. Bye-bye. I'm going to sleep. Shut up.